I think we are ready. Good morning, Rabbi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Steve. Can you hear
Good.
me? Okay.
Then we're all set.
All right. We finally got that.
All I need is my wife here.
Very nice.
Okay, Sam, the rabbi's waiting.
Hello, Rosenbluth. How are you today?
Fine.
Good, good.
Beautiful sunny day.
That it is. Hi, Sam.
Right.
No, Sam.
Hi, Stan and Sam.
Both. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Everybody, you got their shots?
What was the question?
Everybody got their shots.
Yeah, we got our shots. Did you get your
Yeah.
shots?
Yeah, we're fully vaccinated now.
Very good.
Good morning. We're getting set up. We'll be back in full video form in just a couple of minutes.
Okay,
Good morning, everybody, and Shabbat Shalom.
very good.
Thank you for making it.
You're welcome. How did it end up there? Wow.
Hi, Sarah.
She's just getting set up.
Yes, I brought yours in. Yes.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hi.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good Shabbos Chag Purim.
Well,
Shushan Purim, yes.
It is.
your hair looks so cute. Bonnie, your hair, how do you do this?
Thank
She
you.
can hear you.
Your hair looks so cute.
Thank you very much. It's long on the side, so I clipped it up.
It's very attractive.
Thank you.
I did the same with mine.
Nice, Steve.
Okay. Everything well? Everybody okay?
Yep, we're all
We
good.
got our second shot on Sunday, so
Nice.
we're clear.
Where did you go?
CSUN, it was amazing. It was thank God. She made the appointments. The first one was at the beginning of February, and then they make the second one the same time.
Right.
So it was very interesting. It took less than an hour from the time we left the house to the time we came back. It was just beautifully run, and I didn't have to wait in line, and it just went well. So I'm
Good.
glad. Now I need to get my driver's license renewed.
We went to
It's gonna
see
be
them on
more of a
Monday,
challenge than the
2
shots.
weeks ago.
It just, nobody wants to talk to me. Maybe they've seen me drive.
You have to go in to do it.
I have to do it in person, and I have to do it twice. So I have to go in person, take the written test, fail the eye test, and then they give me a piece of paper to take to the ophthalmologist, who fills it out and tells them I can drive. And then I have to go back and show them the paper, and then take an on-road driving test.
Am I-
So
Can you see that picture up there in the corner?
what? That's you.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Okay, no, that's you. I
Okay,
can
you
tell.
can see me.
Yeah, I can see you. Yes.
Okay.
Sim, is that because you had a problem, an eye problem?
Yes, it's because of the macular degeneration, and I have monocular vision. So, it's just such a hassle because the bureaucracy is unbearable. And I can't even get on to make an appointment. We've been trying since December.
Hmm.
Okay, but there are worse things in the world, to say the
But
least.
the offices, the DMV offices are open?
They are, I believe, but nobody's answering the phone. It's all automated. And when you get that automated loop, they never really have something specific for what I need to do. And I've tried to talk to Miles, my robot advisor, and he's not very cooperative. No, he never answers the question I have.
Oh, I thought you meant our Miles.
No,
Okay.
he's okay.
Yeah.
Your program, Sima, your question is unique and it's just not in the program.
You know, whenever you get onto the.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just ready to give up driving.
Whenever you're on this automated system, all you have to do is go, and then they say, well, we can't understand you. Then they'll connect you
Bless you. Whoops.
with your senator.
He's all green. There she is.
Ah, there you go. You got a great screen now.
Who? Hi there.
Oh.
Good morning.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Welcome,
shalom.
everybody.
Hi,
Welcome.
hi, Janet.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you, sweetie.
Thanks for your call.
You're welcome.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
How's your back, Rabbi?
It's like 85, 90%.
What's wrong with
What happened with your back? What happened with your
It
back,
went out
Rabbi?
about a week and a half ago.
Ooh, so sorry.
Fortunately.
Bonnie,
I
how are
had
you
to
doing?
leave the house.
Wait.
Bonnie, how are you doing?
Good, good. Continuing to work on the bend of my knee.
Oh, good. Well,
And
Gary's
doesn't
getting,
Lou look handsome without his facial hair?
Oh, my goodness.
How's that for embarrassing, huh?
Well, after I got the second shot, I decided the beard's gonna
Oh,
go,
yeah.
and the long hair is gonna go.
Hi, I'm calling to remind you
Oh.
about services.
Yes, I was just paying some bills. Thank you so much.
Lou,
for
how
last
is
night.
it
It
doing?
was our pleasure. It was delightful being with you.
Phyllis, your
Phyllis should unmute
microphone's
herself.
on.
You have about 6 minutes.
Lou, how is Izzy?
Thank you,
doing?
Rabbi.
I'm sorry, Bonnie, did you say something?
Yes, how is Izzy doing?
Better. Not,
better? Okay.
better,
In
he's
hospice care.
he's hanging in. Still pretty quiet, and he's lost a lot of weight, and he's not eating as much, he needs to eat, but he's still hanging in. The guy has he's partly made of steel, and that stuff is still hanging in there, but it's he's on hospice.
Right, I know. So he's, they're keeping him comfortable
Yes.
and,
we FaceTime with his caregiver and him a couple of times, 3 times a week or more. And in the last time he made a couple of noises, which is good. His eyes were open, which is good. So, knock wood.
I know, knock on wood.
Bonnie, your hair looks different. It looks very, very nice. Do you do something different? It's getting long on the sides. Everywhere it's getting long. So I took a couple of clips and I put some of it back.
Ah,
Very nice,
Oh,
very
thank you.
nice. We can see your beautiful punum.
Thank you. Thank you.
I did a haircut after doing all my work yesterday. Then I did somebody's hair. They came over. So
oh,
I'll have to slip over to you when I bring the package I'm supposed to bring for a year.
How are you doing, Linda?
Okay, I'm hanging in there. Let's put it that way. I'm joining a bereavement group. I think that's going to help.
Good, very good.
Yeah. But thanks for asking. I appreciate it.
I think everybody's always thinking of you, Linda. It's like you don't want to always keep asking, because, but you should know that everybody's thinking of you in their hearts, but we want you just.
I know. I have to get over this. I'm not going to call it a funk, but I want to get back into being alive, not just living.
Well, it
We'll
takes
see.
every day,
Until
a
you
missile,
come, we'll
a
see
missile
what
every
it
day.
does. One day at a time.
Yeah, believe me.
But thanks for everybody. Thanks for asking and your prayers and everything else. So that's good.
In fact, it was funny because I was saying to Bonnie that we did our tallest class together.
Yes, we did.
How many years ago was that? Bonnie couldn't even, we were trying to think how many. Well, it's got
1980.
1980?
1980.
No.
For the
No.
It was the same time as our mudslide, and it was Women's Shabbat when we had.
No, I'm talking about we were doing our tallest.
I know, but making the tallis was part of a Women's Shabbat program.
Oh.
And that was the Shabbos that we had our mudslide.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And I remember I came home and Steve said, "What did you do to annoy God so much?"
Just to ask Sima, she is the historian.
No, it's just that I've been around so long. You might have had another tallis class, but I remember I still have my unfinished one in my drawer.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's funny because that was at Kol Tikva that we did this. We had the
Yes,
tallest.
I remember
That was a different one. That
Yeah,
was.
the one I'm talking about was at Bethany.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I was going to say. That's longer. So Linda and I was when we were at Kol Tikva.
Kol Tikva. Yeah.
Right, so that was either 99 or 2000,
Yeah.
something around those years.
Between.
Rabbi, you want it? I'm going to show you. I have 20 taluses here, and this is last time when Rabbi wanted me to show you the logo for
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
The Toledo Talus. Thank you, Davida.
yeah. So Sybil and I are making the 100 taluses for them, and I'm going to be delivering to Shir.
Yeah. Last year we had our graduation in the parking lot at Brandeis.
In the parking lot. Wow.
This year. Rabbi, did Mike send you the anniversary?
Yeah, he said there were no anniversaries.
Oh, there is. And the Raiders are here.
Ah, okay. So the Raiders are celebrating an anniversary this month. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Then we will remember to wish you a happy
Right,
anniversary.
absolutely. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, it is 10:30, and so we are going to begin our service. Let us begin with putting on, if you have not already, we'll put on our talit. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'yisrat. And we begin our service on page 14. And again, excuse me for muting everybody. But that also means that when you would like to share, we'll have you unmute yourself. And we're going to begin on page 14. Well, you know what? I am going to also add to the chat. So you actually have to go to the chat. Let's see if this is going to work. I am going to add a file, which is actually going to be the contemporary service, the words to the contemporary service. So let me put it in here. So any of you who do not have the sheets with the contemporary service, if you go, it's not there yet, but it's loading in now. But in a minute, you'll be able to go into the chat and you will be able to click on it and it'll be a PDF file for you. So wait until it loads in. I'll tell you when it's been loaded in. In the meantime, let us turn in our prayer book to page 14. And we are going to join together in letter E. Yisrafu Hashamayim, Yisrafu Hashamayim, Yisrafu Hashamayim, Yitagel haaretz, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umelo, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umelo, Hoshea et amecha, uvarech et nachlatecha, Murein, 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 v'naseh, murein, v'naseh, man ha'olam, Hoshea et amecha, uvarech et nachlatecha, Murein, 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 v'naseh, murein, v'naseh, ad ha'olam. So the chat now has our full contemporary service words in a PDF file. So if any of you have a raggedy set or you don't have it at all, if you click on the bottom of the screen where it says chat, you will see that it says CSA Contemporary Service. And click on that, and there is the service. We are on the bottom of page 14. Mizmor, Mizmor, Shir, Shir Le'yom HaShabbat. 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 Mizmor, Shir, Shir Le'yom HaShabbat. Mizmor, Shir, Shir Le'yom HaShabbat. Tzadik Tamar Yifrach, Yifrach, Tzadik Tamar Yifrach, Tzadik Tamar Yifrach, Yifrach, Tzadik Tamar Yifrach, Ki Eretz Balvanon Yizkes, Ki Eretz Balvanon Yizkes, Ki Eretz Balvanon Yizkes, Yizkes, Ki Eretz Balvanon Yizkes, Ki Eretz Balvanon Yizkes, Ki Eretz Balvanon Yizkes, Mikolot Mayim, Mayim Rabim Matirim, Mishmereyam, Adir Bamarom, Adonai, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 Malchutecha, Malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha, b'chol dor v'dor. Malchutecha, Malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha, b'chol dor v'dor. Malchutecha, Malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha, b'chol dor v'dor. Malchutecha, Malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha, That was pretty. Page 16 at letter B. our tzitzit together in preparation for the Shema. V'havienu l'shalom yabakan for ta'aretz v'tolichenu kumim li'artzenu ki el poel yeshuot ata uvana v'charta mikan lam l'lashon b'kerv tadu l'shimcha hagados ala be'emet l'hodot lecha u'liachetcha b'yahava baruch ata Adonai habocher b'yamo Yisrael b'ahava.
Amen.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha v'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'aderech u'v'shachvecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chetavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'b'sharecha. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the children of Israel and bid them to make tzitzit in the corners of their garments throughout their generations, putting upon the tzitzit of each corner a thread of blue. When you look upon the tzitzit, you will be reminded of all the commandments of the Lord and obey them. You will not be led astray by the inclination of your heart or by the attraction of your eyes. Thus will you be reminded to fulfill all my commandments and be consecrated to your God. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I, the Lord, am your God." Azot, azot, shivahu ahuvim, shivahu ahuvim. V'romemu, 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 v'romemu el. V'natenu, v'natenu yedidim. V'natenu, v'natenu yedidim. Zmirot, shirot, v'tishbachot, berachot, v'hodaot. Lemelech el chai v'kayam, ram v'nisa, gadol v'nora, mashbil ge'im, umagbiya shefalim, motzi asirim ufode anavim v'yo zerdalim. V'yoneleam, o v'yoneleam, o v'yeshavam elav. Zehilo lelo yom baruch mevorach, Moshe v'nei Yisrael chanu shira, v'simcha rabba v'yamaru chulam. Mi chamocha b'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot. O Sefer Shira Chadasha Shibuchu Geulim Lishimcha Svad Hayam Yachad Kulam Hodu Vihim Lichu V'Yameru Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. We are going to pause to share what we are thankful for. This is anniversary Shabbat, the last Shabbat service in February. And the Raiders are celebrating an anniversary this month. How many years are you celebrating? David, how many years?
He's unmuting.
60 years.
60
Wow.
years. Wow, Mazel Tov. Anybody else celebrating an anniversary in February? Okay, so to Elizabeth and David, I'm going to share a blessing with you. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu b'Imatenu, our God and God of our ancestors, we are grateful for the love with which you have blessed and sustained this husband and wife whose hearts are filled with gratitude to you. Oh Lord, may they continue to enjoy your blessings in the new song of their years to come, embraced by the love of their family and their friends, so that they may always live in joy and gladness, in love and harmony, in peace and companionship. And let us all say amen,
Amen.
and Mazel
Mazel tov.
Tov. You may kiss the bride.
Toda rabah.
Or not, you don't have to do it. Okay. So we are going to now share what you are thankful for. I've got to tell you, I had another one of those dreams again this week, and it's the dream, it's a recurring dream, right? Like those of us who went to school for many, many years, we always have that dream that we show for class, and then the professor says, okay, take out your blue books, we're having our final now, and you didn't know, right? Or maybe it's the first, you never went to that class before, you didn't even know you were signed up for it, but now you got to take the final. Well, a rabbi's dream is, and I had it again, it's more of a nightmare, that I'm going to conduct the service, and I'm opening my book to tell you what page the Shabbat service begins, and I'm thumbing through it, and you're all waiting impatiently for me to tell you the page. And then I look and I say, oops, it's the weekday prayer book. Doesn't have the Shabbat service in it at all. And you all have the same weekday prayer book, and Shabbat, and I now have to, well, that's why I wake up from dreams like that, because I don't know what to do. So I'm just thankful that I didn't have that dream again today. So we all have our own prayer books. Please wave at the camera and I'll call on you, and I will ask you to unmute and share what you are thankful for this gorgeous Shabbat day. So who would like to start off? Gary and Becky. I'm sorry, thank you. Becky,
That's okay.
please.
That's okay.
Go
Well,
ahead.
Gary's scheduled to get his first shot at Kaiser Simi on March 19th. And I think he's getting Moderna. Yep.
Thank you, Becky. Good news. Linda Tapper.
But along the same route, February 14th, I got my second one, so I'm almost safe now.
Very nice. By wave of everybody who has gotten a vaccination, at least one, wave at the camera. Okay, very good. So now you don't have to say you got your vaccination and that's what you're thankful for. Looks like a lot of us got vaccinated. Very nice. Who else would like to share now what else you are thankful for? Janet.
I'm thankful that my birthday this year was so unbelievably fantastic because we were able to bring in from the restaurant food to the park, met our granddaughter Shayna, who in Tempe, right by school, and decorated a Mickey Mouse tablecloth. She had party hats and balloons and paper plates, and it was a real birthday, and it was COVID friendly, and got to have a family. And what more can you do but have that to make you happy?
That's great. Thank you, Janet. Who else would like to share what you are thankful for? Mo. Don't forget to unmute, Mo.
I'm unmuted. I am thankful that I get to see Bonnie walking around and hiking in the neighborhood once again, and get to wave to her, and she waves back, even though what I waved at her yesterday wasn't so nice. But I am happy.
He was walking his dogs and he held something in his hand as he waved. But But then he switched hands and he waved with a clean hand.
Anyway, it's good to see Bonnie back on the road.
Good to see you too, Mo.
Thanks, Mo. Who else would like to share? Well, yeah, Lou Loomis.
I'm grateful. Can you hear me? Are we good?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm grateful. My daughter Stacy and her husband Brad and their kids in San Diego finally found a house, and they're in escrow right now in the La Mesa area. It's a beautiful house, something they've been looking for a long time. It's near the hills, so their dog can be happy. We're just so grateful for that.
Good news. Thanks, Lou. Who else would like to share? Sheila Hart.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to share two things. My son Joshua is now engaged, and she's a lovely, lovely, thank you. She's a wonderful young woman. And my grandson Jake received a full scholarship for 4 years to the University of Vermont.
Wow. What good news. Thank you, Sheila. Judy Isikowitz.
Hi, everybody. I'm just thankful for the amazing weather we've had lately. I'm stuck at home a lot, and I am able to sit on my front porch with a beautiful view of nature with the sun coming down on me, and it is really fabulous.
Oh, true. Thank you, Judy. Who else would like to share what you are thankful for? I'm looking for David.
I'm thankful for Zoom. We have our kids and grandkids live far away. Every Erev Shabbat, we light candles and say Kiddush and Hamotzi with our daughter. And on Motzei Shabbat, we have with the rest of the family, a Zoom Havdalah and Shmooze. And on Shabbat, it brings us all together also. So hooray for Zoom.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. And I teach through Zoom every day, so thank God for Zoom. Phyllis Schroeder, please unmute.
I'm thankful for the public library that gets me books on my electronically on my Kindle. And it keeps me in reading material. I'm very grateful for that.
Good, good. I'm glad you're taking advantage of that. Thank you, Phyllis. Who else would like to share what you are thankful for? I am looking for a wave. Okay, so Stan Schroeder, please share what you are thankful for.
Last but not least,
save the best for last.
Well, I'm thankful for everything that I get to do and appreciate through our congregation. It's a unique opportunity for me, and I really wouldn't, have this opportunity to share what's important to me in any other congregation that I know of. One of the things, of course, that I do is I write, edit, and publish the Shir notes, and the Shir notes has now been published for March, and they'll be going out tomorrow in the email that's been mailed probably earlier this week. And I also, write at least a weekly email about what's going on, our congregational stuff. The email for sending out, has been about the holiday of Purim, which we celebrated yesterday. Want to mention a couple of things that Phyllis and I have done for Purim, and to some extent give you an opportunity. For Thursday night, Purim Eve, we did the Purim Spiel and program put together by Valley Beth Shalom. It was, absolutely amazing. I'll send the link. They have so many professional people that know how to do these things and put it together. Evan Forspan was the first Torah reader. The band Forspan and Alana family towards the end were on there. I know that the rest, you must be really proud and happy for what they've been able to do. You know, it's so wonderful that Alana, who is the, we call it coordinator, communication coordinator or whatever for Bella Shalom, and Ben, who has a similar job at Temple Aliyah, all the things, wonderful things that they do. And I appreciate, because those are the other two congregations that I feel closest to, and try to do what they do. So another blessing in my life. I wanted to also just mention a little bit. I have my iPad here. Speaking of Purim, before we get rid of it, we're actually tomorrow it's going to be Shushan Purim. You know that from the book of Esther, that the Purim is celebrated everywhere for one day, but in Jerusalem, the walled city, it's celebrated for a second day. Normally it's one day and then the next day, but because the second day is Shabbat, actually Shushan Purim is going to be tomorrow. And I'm going to be sending out another email. One of the things that I'll include that you'll celebrate, you can have, is about a 6-minute or something like that video of the Israeli Symphony Orchestra and their Purim concert celebration. It is unique. It turns out that I attended a service last night, Friday night Shabbat service at Valley Beth Israel. And at the end of that service, someone shared this particular video with me. And not only is there the music and the Purim aspect of it, but there's a juggler person and a gymnast who, along with the music, does some spectacular things. You won't want to miss it. The other thing about reading the book of Esther, and it interested me, and I don't have time to share all my thoughts, but about not only the book of Esther, but all the rest of what we share as the Torah, and it's part of every Shabbat. Now, how did the Torah, which is the first 5 books, and the other to make up the Tanakh, which is a total of 24 books, how did they ever get canonized? The rabbis tell us from the Talmud that it's likely that the book of Esther was the last book that was added to the Bible. And it's, certainly so much different from the others, in that we don't have any mention of God. We talked about it, with the Tish. I looked up the analysis of how the Torah got, and the other books got part of our canonization of Jewish writings. And you might think that maybe there was an assembly or something at some point and the rabbis got together, or many people got together. Actually, that isn't the way it happened at all. It was over a period of hundreds of years from the time that these writings were first discovered, or at least we know about them, until the time that in sections, the first section, the Torah, the second section, the prophets, and the third section, the writings, got canonized, actually part of what we celebrate every week. It went over from 600 or so before the Common Era to after the Common Era, that rabbis who discovered these books one way or another, or had them written, or Jewish leaders that had them written, until we have them today. So it's one of the things that I appreciate and learn every week. And I really I'm blessed to be able to learn it and to share with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stan. Let us continue on the bottom of page 18, and we are going to sing together Tzur Yisrael, and then we will continue quietly with our own private prayers. Sur Yisrael, Kuma B'Ezra Yisrael, Ufedei Chinumeha, Yehuda B'Yisrael. O Aleinu, Adonai Tzvaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch Atah Adonai, Yisrael. We continue with our own private thoughts of thankfulness.
Be silent.
Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim. Shalom, tova uveracha. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la la. Ya la la la. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Oseh shalom, 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 bimromavu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom, 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 bimromavu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imaru amen. We continue with our Torah service. You can find this on page 19. Please watch carefully as we continue to perfect our ark opening here at the Synagogue of Divorce Bands. Ein kamocha ba'Elohim Adonai v'ein kemasecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim umemshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Adonai oz li'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Avarachamim heitiva v'rtzoncha et Zion. Tivneh chomot Yerushalayim. Tivneh chomot Yerushalayim. Kivecha
levad batachnu, melech elam v'nisa, Adon olamni. Vayehi binso Aaron, vayomer Moshe, Kuma Adonai, v'yafutzu ayvecha, v'yanusu misanecha mipanecha, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai Mirushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Liamo Yisrael Bigdushato, Bebeyan Arachetz, Velishme Kadisha, Kadisha Yakira, Ana Amartush Bechan, Be'ana Rachetz, Be'ana Rachetz, Velishme Kadisha, Kadisha Yakira, Ana Amartush Bechan, Yehi Rabakadama, V'tiftach libi b'oraita, V'tashlim v'shalim delibi, V'libadechol amach Yisrael, Letavu lechayim, V'lishlam. Amen. We're going to read from the Torah portion. It's obviously not going to be from the Torah until we get into our own facility, but we are going to read Titzaveh, which is a section that deals with not only the erection of the Mishkan, the Holy Tabernacle, but also the vestments that were worn by the Kohanim, by the high priest. So Bonnie will chant it, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Bonnie.
Ve'ata titzaveh et bnei Yisrael, v'yikchu elecha shemen zayit zachatit lamaor lahalot ner tamid be'ohel moed michutz laparochet asher al ha'edut ya'arok Oto Aaron uvanav me'erev ad boker lifnei Adonai chukat olam ledorotam me'et b'nei Yisrael ve'ata hakrev elecha et Aharon achicha ve'et banav ito mitoch B'nei Yisrael lechahano li Aharon Nadav Yavihu Elazar ve'itamar B'nei Aharon.
Yes, God. Almost I ran out of steam there, right? All righty. So let's talk a little bit about the Torah portion, because it does go into great detail about the vestments that the Kohanim would wear. And obviously that first lesson is that what we wear does count. But I've already reviewed all of my thoughts about what people wear in the pages of the Shir notes that, as you heard, Stan so beautifully puts together for us. And I talked about how very important our garb, our dress is. And that truly is also true, because the rabbis say that if the Kohanim did not wear the adornments that they wore, that people would not relate to them quite the same way, with quite the same sense of sanctity. It was because of the dress that it becomes particularly important. But it's also interesting, I think, that the rabbinic commentary and discussion about the Torah portion led the rabbis in the Talmud to ask this question. If a Kohen, if a priest, because obviously they're talking about the role of the Kohanim, if a Kohen's body is inside the tent of meeting where he would conduct in the Mishkan that particular sacred rite, if his body was in there, but for some reason his head remained outside the tent, is he considered to have entered into the tent enough to be able to perform his duties? And the answer is no. He had to be totally within the tent. And the commentary to what the Talmud just suggested is fascinating, because it tells us that we must not only look at this aspect of the Kohanim having to be totally within the tent as being just physical, but also spiritually as well. It's not just physical terms, but spiritual terms. In other words, a person can be physically present, but they also have to be emotionally and spiritually present as well. And I think that that's a very important lesson for us as well. That, for example, we may sit through a beautiful Shabbat service, but if our thoughts are elsewhere, if right now you are thinking about something else or you're being distracted, then our head isn't in the game. We're not totally there. If we are gathering with the family for an outing, for a meal, and somebody's on their phone, they're not there. Their body may be there, but they are also not present. If we are joining on a Thursday night for our Tish, but somebody is kind of out of the corner of their eye also watching the game on the TV over there, they're there and they're not there. We call this also kavanah, that our intention has to be there, body and soul. So I want to tell you a story. Some of you, I think, may remember this because I've shared this with some of you before. But I remember a number of years ago, Bonnie and I were in Jerusalem. We were there over a few weeks of vacationing. And one Friday night, one Shabbat, we had no place to go for Shabbat dinner. And so we decided to go to one of the grand hotels in Jerusalem where they have a lovely kosher dinner. But what's interesting is that everybody is assigned to their own table and they conduct the Shabbat ritual the way they want to. It's not everybody who's in the room does the prayers all at the same time. So we go to, and I think it was the Hilton Hotel at that time, or what became the Hilton Hotel in Jerusalem. And we go inside and we are amazed to see that, in fact, there are 1,000 people in this huge ballroom. But with all of these tables that were large enough to accommodate the families that would sit around them. So here was a table of 10 and accommodated all of them. And they all had not only this beautiful meal, but also books, and they conducted their own service. Bonnie and I were ushered into another table, and it was just 2 seats for the 2 of us. And this lovely, lovely meal with all of the ritual items was all arrayed before us. And then I noticed as I looked around to see who else was who was in our proximity, I noticed that right over here, there was a table for 6. And who goes to sit down there but an ultra-Orthodox family, 3 couples, Haredim, husbands and wives, right? 3 husbands and wives. And the men sit on one side and the women sit on the other side, and they face each other. And I thought, this is wonderful, because I've always wondered how those people who take Judaism so very seriously will observe Shabbat dinner. And it especially was important when we got to the Yeshet Chayav that I see how they do that. A woman of valor, right? Every Friday night, we turn to our wives and we thank her with the words, a woman of valor who can find your prices far above rubies. Your husband's heart trusts in her and nothing shall he be deprived. Her worth is far above rubies. That's what we tell her. So we had just finished, we had just gotten to that point in the service that we were conducting for ourselves. And I looked over and they were at that point as well. And here is what I saw. They all get up, 3 men on one side with the beards and the kapotas and the streimels, and the women are seated across from them. And they stand out. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how they bless their wives, how they thank their wives. And here's what I see. the men begin to do the prayer. And then they begin to look around and they're waving at people over at that table. They're looking everywhere but at their wives, right across from them. Is that how you bless your wife? It's not how I bless my wife. What we do is we come close to each other and we hug each other and we sing the words to each other, because she also does another Psalm 1, when she wants her opportunity to also thank me. And I realized their bodies were there, these Jews, but they're spiritually were not connecting. They were not there. And I was very, very disappointed. And I decided I don't need to look to them in order to figure out how I can say these prayers and how I can conduct my Shabbat. And so while, yes, we can be inspired by people as to how they pray and how they conduct themselves, sometimes we need to draw upon our ritual and our traditions to just inspire ourselves. So that's the lesson, I think, of the Torah portion. And that's the lesson of how the Kohanim needed to be body and soul in the tent at the same time, that we also need to be body and soul present when we are with people, when we are with God, when we are at prayer, that we have to make sure that we are totally involved with the true kavanah, with the true and proper intent, because that moment deserves nothing less. Which is why, by the way, I spotlighted myself during this Devar Torah, because I didn't want anything to distract you, including all the other people on the screen. But I am now going to bring you back to your gallery view so that you can all now see each other, because now we are going to turn our attention to prayers for healing. So I'm going to ask you in a moment to raise your hand and to share who you would like to mention. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Yumotenu Sarv Garachel V'Leah, Hu Yivarach V'Repeda Cholim. May God, who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal these who are not well. And Bonnie, let's start with you.
Rabbi Shulman, Jane Apson, Bonnie Ritter, Joy Bosenberg, Nancy Gill, Rabbi Steve Robbins, Yehudit Bat Liba Tzvia, Lior Ben Mordechai Halevi, Linda Scharf.
Thank you. And I'm going to mention also Sam, the student at our school who has been diagnosed with leukemia. And I guess we could add Tiger Woods and all other people who like them have suffered. Please wave at the camera and I'll call on you to add names. Paul and Lou Loomis, please unmute and share.
Paula Loomis and Chuck Richmond and June DeVito.
Thank you. Sima Schuster, please unmute. Are you pushing on the space bar? So it's important that we all know how to unmute, and you can, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, right? But either pushing on the space bar and holding it down will unmute you, or on the bottom left, you will see the word mute and just click on that. So on your Zoom screen, you will see the word mute, click on that and it'll unmute you.
The microphone
You see a microphone there.
with a line through it.
Okay, so while the Schusters are working out the kinks here, so Judy Isikowitz, please unmute.
Eileen Wasserman, Christine Kroll, and Rachel Isikowitz.
Thank you. Others, please raise your hand. Janet Kirschbaum.
Kurt Kirschbaum, Sherry Rosenstein, Melinda Pittler, Bonnie Vorspan, Rabbi Vorspan, Brandy Gillum, Helen Klingman, and Grant Hackman.
Thank you. The Schusters were unmuted for a moment there, and then they are now muted again. So we'll wait for you to figure out what you did a second ago to unmute, and we'll come back to you. Who else would like to share? Becky Finley?
Yes, Rabbi, Bonnie, Megan Ross, Pete Harab, Elliot Ackerfield.
Thank you. Sam Kabalnik?
Yeah, Mark Suckman, Sherry Blank, and Fran.
Thank you. Mo?
Sue Barth, Mike Roach, Bruce Kabbalah, Bob Zetz, Rita Baruffi, Angie Testa, Cindy Marks, Carolyn Birch, Mike Skinner, and Harriet Spiro.
Thank you. Others, please raise your hand. Alan Berman?
Yaakov Berish Ben Shoshana, Shoshana Bat Esther, Anya Bat Feder Riva, Shana Malka Bat Fruma Sarah, Irit Bat Leah. Thank you.
Thank you. Sheila Hart?
Rabbi and Bonnie, both of you, Sylvia and Jake Tarika, Pat Lawless, Mel Slochin, Fran Kabolnik, and Donna Roscoe.
Thank you. David Rader?
Barbara Ellman, Ruth Ann Sadeh, Elias Rader.
Thank you. Sybil?
Jeff Roberts.
Thank you. Who else? Ray Wazana?
Rabbi and Bonnie, Fran Kabolnik, Suzanne Mattioi, Janetta Wazana, Jerry Stoner, and Phil Cooperman.
Thank you. Fiona?
Rabbi and Bonnie, Fran Kabolnik, Ian Landsberg, Robin Levy, Andrea Shaw.
Thank you. Other names? Davida?
Frank Jeffrey Roberts.
Thank you. Sima, are you ready to share?
All right.
Now you got it. Go ahead.
It's all right. I already said it. Okay. It's Morty and Myra Margolis, Steve Schuster, Virginia Wilson, Bonnie and David Vorspan, Fran Kabolnik, Samantha Kane, Charlie Kane, Yana Wilson, Jim and Fran Riley, and Gigi Kafka, and Dina Kerensky.
Thank you. Other names, please wave at the camera so I can see you. I don't think I see anybody else. Okay. HaKadosh Baruch Hu yishlach lahem b'mheira refuat hanefesh refuat haguf v'toshach le'Yisrael v'nomar amen. May the All-Merciful restore these people to full health and to full vigor, along with all others who are stricken with illness. And let us say amen.
Amen.
We're going to say a blessing for America. Harachman hu yivarchet artzot habrit v'yagen aleha. May God bless the United States of America and protect her. And before we have a blessing for the state of Israel, thank you again to Stan Schroeder for sharing this item relating to Israel. Researchers from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem have found the first ever evidence of radio flares emitted long after a star is destroyed by a black hole. Radio flares emitted by stars destroyed by black holes are themselves nothing new. And scientists have known about these before, but this only happens immediately. And the emission of radio flares long after the star's destruction is unheard of. But the team of researchers from not only some of Israel's institutions like the Tel Aviv University and the Raqqa Institute, but also NASA, have managed to find exactly that, discovering flares emitted months or even years later. As one scientist reported, according to existing theories of how these events occur, if no radio emission has been discovered in the immediate wake of the disruption, there is no expectation that one should occur later on. However, we decided to conduct one last radio observation 6 months after the star was destroyed, and surprisingly, we discovered bright radio emission. Once we discovered this delayed radio flare, we continued collecting data over a year, during which the radio emission faded away. Moreover, we found a second delayed flare 4 years after the initial stellar disruption discovery. This is the first discovery of such delayed radio flares from such events when a star is disrupted by a black hole. Scientists are determined to go beyond original analyses and theories to better understand how black holes work. That's wonderful. So let us sing a blessing for the state of Israel. Abinu Shabbat Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo, Baharech et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Tzmichat Geulateinu. And we are now going to return symbolically the Torah to the ark, and we shall join together in the singing on page 21, near the bottom of the page of Eitz Chaim. Eitz Chaim hi lama chazikim ba v'tomcheha meyushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivateha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem. The little things that give us so much satisfaction and joy. That's what we've been reduced to. That's okay. We are now going to, before we chant our concluding prayers, we're going to call on our President, Jordan Pistol, to please share some announcements with us. Jordan, and I'm going to now spotlight you.
Ooh, wow. The host has spotlighted your video for everyone. Shabbat Shalom. The next Tish will be on Thursday, March 4th. I haven't seen the calendar yet, but I'm assuming that's it.
Yes.
And the Tish will be conducted via Zoom, so you can attend from the comfort of your own home on your own chairs and only be seen from the waist up. On Sunday, March 21st at 3 p.m., we have a special program when Cantor Jonathan Friedman will explore with us how song has become so important in Jewish liturgy and synagogue practice. Who knew? Our next Shabbat service will be on March 6th at 10:30 a.m. via Zoom. Remember, again, you are halachically forbidden to use your Jewish space lasers on Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. Does anybody have an announcement that perhaps we did not hear? Please go ahead and raise your hand and I'll call on you. Any announcements that we need to add? Steve Schuster, I see your hand.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if on those transmissions from the black holes, did the last one say help?
Yeah, before it was sucked in, right. Sam.
Fran has something to say.
Yeah, Fran.
Everybody that we're still asking you to donate your checks. Was asking for receipt to Silva. Okay, the checks that made out to JFS-Silva Food Only. And you can mail it directly. Stan has all that information. They can help forward an email to the congregation. And ask, say you come sharing to me and ask them for receipts for your checks. People are saying they need those receipts. They will give them to you. But we have not received any checks to Sylvia, to my knowledge. So can we please help out with the pass note? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Fran. Any other announcements that we want to make sure are shared? Okay. Stan Schroeder.
In the Shir notes, there will be an article that Fran wrote that explains how to make the donation and what we're doing as far as the Target gift cards and the other and Sova and the other things that we're taking care of. So just read the Shir notes.
Thank you, Stan. Any other announcements that we have neglected? Okay, let us continue our service with Aleinu. If you can, please rise. Page 24.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kimishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkenu kahem, raleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, Umishtachavim umodim Lifnei melech Malchei hamlachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu Shehu notes shamayim liosed haaretz Ushavikara Vashamayim mima'al Ushchinatu zo Begav hei meromim Hu Eloheinu Einod Emet Malkeinu Efesulato Kakahatu Betorato Yadata Hayom V'Hashevota Elevavecha Ki Adonai Hu HaElohim Shamayim mimal v'al ha'aretz mitachat einod. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Please be seated. However, if you are in mourning or observing yahrzeit, remain standing as we observe these yahrzeits of the coming week, because we do have services next Shabbat. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. And I'll ask you to all please unmute so that when we do the Mourner's Kaddish, we will be a community that will be able to hear each other. These are the yahrzeits. Elizabeth Jane Keeney Rogers, Joseph Potel, Harvey Bales, Harry Borovay, Betty Cohen, Arnold Friedman, Alfred Rader, Henry Gutterman, Rosalind Krupp, Joy Rose, Anna Rubin, Harvey Schneer, Sarah Gordon, Albert Hora, Harry Kritzer, Isidore Kramer, Jane Eisen, Ethel Bloom, Ruth Schultz, Sally Schroeder, Abraham Wallace, Nathan Fremad, Joseph Colton, and Louis Sundell. Are there any names that we neglected? Please raise your hand and share the names. David?
Frank Packer.
Thank you. Any other names that we want to make sure are mentioned? Okay, the Mourner's Kaddish is on page 25. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yitalma, Divrach, Hirutei, Yamlich Malchutei, B'chayecho, Yom Echon, U'b'chayei, Dechol, Beit Yisrael, Ha'agala, Bizman Barim, Amen. Yehi Rabam Lorach, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, Yitbar, Yitmam, Yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yitgile, Halal, V'nei V'kiddushah, B'richu, Le'ela Mikol, Birchata, V'shirata, B'chata, V'nechemata, Ka'amirat Alma, V'imiru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, Chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imiru, Amen.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom B'mromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imiru, Amen. Please be seated. Immediately after services, we will join together in the lobby, and we will join together for the Kiddush. For now, let us join together in the singing of Adon Olam, page 26. Adon Olam, Hashem Malach, B'terem Bo, Yitzir Nivra, Li'ed Nasa, B'chefkato, Azai Melech, Shemo Nikra, Shabbat Shalom! And now let us get our wine and juice ready. And let us head out into the lobby for our Kiddush.
Hey.
Lobby. No, this is not the lobby. That is the field outside the lobby.
Wow.
Oh,
That's not it.
no.
No,
Oh, I'm not.
that's sort of it. That's on our way out. Okay, we're heading out. And here we are in, oh, that's not the lobby. Okay, there's the lobby. All right. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorot haberit olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael lo tilyolam Ishet yamim v'sa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et haaretz u'bayom hashvi'i shavach v'yinah Okay, Merachan and Yom HaShabbat Vaykat Shehu Sabri. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Borei Peri HaGafen.
Yasha Koa, Rabbi and Bonnie.
Baruch Tiyeh. Thank you, Richard. And it's a gorgeous day for a Shabbos luncheon outside, if any of you are so moved. Get some vitamin D.
Oh yeah, that's always good for you. Very much.
Becky, how was your weekend away last weekend?
Oh, it was great. There was a lot of people. I could not believe it. I was like, really? Pandemic without wearing masks. Morongo. Your Palm Springs. But I mean, I was like, really? There's a pandemic? I see a lot of people wearing masks, but they were gambling, having a good time. We gambled a little bit, not too much.
Yeah, they were gambling.
We needed it.
Good.
And come into the kitchen.
I like the social distancing. What? I'm not gonna say it.
So what are you guys having for lunch? Give us some ideas.
I have no idea. Maybe cottage cheese and fruit for me. That's it. Something healthy.
Lox, bagels, and cream cheese. Or lox, eggs, and onions.
We'll be at your house, Davida.
We sometimes have matzah and butter with tuna salad or egg salad, except right after Purim. You know that Purim is always 1 month before Passover. And I want that taste of matzah to be very, very special on Pesach. So I don't have any matzah during that entire month.
Oh, really?
Over challah.
Month, holy cow.
Yeah, start getting ready. 1 month.
That's right.
I can't
But how do you
believe
make it taste special on the 8th day?
Sybil and I have started our Matzah Mania, and we've been delivering matzah merchandise to stores, to people, to, different. Anybody need anything, call Sybil and I. And that's what's so bizarre is because, like I said to you, I think I said last time, we started this pandemic with the matzah mask, and who would have ever thought? And, I had so many left, and now we are having to do a few more hundred because the museums are now buying them. And listen,
Wow.
have a nice matzah mask for Pesach.
Wow, wow. That's
And we
great.
donate.
Say so. You're unmuted, Sybil.
Oh, I am good. And we'll donate it to the synagogue.
Yes.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Davida, are you doing matzah leggings?
That's just what's so funny. Yes, we just printed material. So we're gonna have some matzah leggings. We have some matzah boxer shorts. And,
okay. Look at the leggings. I will go get them.
Yeah,
I have one matzah chef hat left. Sybil, was there something else that we and I have one matzah steering wheel. That's your seatbelt cover left. Remember, I think Bonnie, I gave you one.
Yeah, put on those tight matzah leggings and go visit your dermatologist.
I have matzah leggings normally, so
I've never heard of matzah leggings.
I usually have my matzah lounge pants, and those are they're so comfortable.
Yeah, they're very comfortable. It's wonderful.
Like the lady with the varicose veins, and it was actually a map of the San Fernando Valley. It was just.
I hope the kids at school, the students at school, appreciate all of your facial, masks that you wear, Rabbi. I just sure hope that they appreciate it because we sure do.
Well, the funny thing is they don't see any of that because they can't be Facebook friends with teachers.
Right.
Really?
Oh, so you only do it for Facebook? You don't do it for the kid? Oh, not good, huh? Not professional.
But they see it anyway, right? Because they see you one-on-one with school Zooming.
Yeah, but he doesn't wear that when he teaches, actually.
Oh, darn.
It's too embarrassing to wear it while he's teaching. He does it for me, so I can post it on Facebook. So maybe we can get a nice little laugh. But
no,
Firm is the festival of masks.
Right. Some of his teachers are Facebook friends, so we get a comment from them every once in a while.
What is David doing? First he had glasses on, and now he has a mask on.
Right.
He has his accoutrement.
Oh,
accoutrement. That's a nice accoutrement.
You can have different.
There you
a unicorn. Oh, that's very cute.
You too can have this. You have that possibility. They're called video filters.
Yeah,
What are they called? Hey, we can't hear you. Everybody's laughing. See, we did have Purim here with the costumes. That's cool.
Oh, what?
That's 60s.
So funny.
That's hysterical.
That's funny. I miss the Purim cakewalks. That was always my favorite. At Temple Bethany, having the cakewalk. That was so great.
Wow.
Bonnie, how were the lemon Hamantaschen?
Amazing.
Oh my God, they looked at.
The lemon curd was so good, And the dough from that particular hamantaschen was excellent. And every one of the hamantashens stayed closed. I mean, I was amazed.
Wow.
And then
Meringue?
meringue topping, it was
Oh my
like
God.
eating a lemon meringue pie with a cookie dough.
Oh my
in
God.
every bite. It
Oh,
was so good.
That's why I love your meringue things, and that's why I keep thinking, oh, meringue hamantaschen. Oh my God.
Yeah, they were
Pass them
amazing.
around. Pass them around.
Right. I'll get them.
You know, I just finished a book called The Scent Keeper, and it's so funny. It's all kind of in this time because I sent a box of hamantaschen to our daughter in New York, and she says, I opened the box and I tasted it. She says, I smelled grandma because it's my mother-in-law's recipe. And
Oh,
she
wow.
just brought back all the memories. It was just so phenomenal. And personally, I don't like them because I don't like the dough. But Howard was in seventh heaven. He just loved them, and Sherry loved them. So it was a good thing.
That's nice. Well, you know, they're coming up with
still eating
so
them.
many new doughs for hamantaschen and fillings, and everybody is being so creative with
Right.
Decorating them. It's amazing what this year has done
Right.
for baking specifically. But there's so many wonderful recipes now. Benji made them with brownie dough inside.
Oh my goodness.
That sounds delicious. Yes.
I saw them dipped in chocolate, the edges with sprinkles, you know. Oh my God. You have to do a hamantaschen class when we get back into the swing of things, Bonnie.
Okay.
It was wonderful. Mine melted, and I had, instead of hamantaschen, I had circles.
Circles.
So close.
The effort counts. It's the effort. It's the effort.
Gosh, that's yummy. Huh. You like them.
I love
I
'em.
made, that was my first time making apricot because I always made prune. But this year, at least I ventured out to apricot.
She also made delicious arugula.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So
David
it's fun.
likes poppy seed.
Oh, you like poppy seeds?
Well, you know, the name hamantaschen could come from the words ha-mun tash. Tash is a pocket. Mun is poppy seed. The poppy seed pocket.
There was a store that was selling hamantaschen, but they had a typo and it said human tuchus. And that was it was unbelievable. Human.
Oh God.
Janet, what were you going to say?
Along with your sermon today, I have to tell you that with the sunglasses on, I don't know if you're paying attention. I'm serious. You aren't blind, thank God.
They're not really
Wear
on.
those glasses.
They're not really on. It's just a visual.
I know, but it's
Still distracting.
it's distract there.
It's hard to do. It's hard to concentrate.
We don't know that he's with us or not. See, just
That's true.
your sermon today.
You're watching it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And waving at everybody, right?
Aren't you glad that people pay attention to your sermons?
Right. Listen to your sermon.
We
Yeah,
learn.
somebody has to. I don't.
Listen, you know the one sermon that I always will remember because I've sent you guys emails about it. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Your peanut butter sermon.
Remind us.
Remind me. That's
Yeah.
really
Remind
meant
us.
so much to me, but it didn't to you apparently. It was.
Remind us what the sermon was.
It was always drink water with your peanut butter because you can choke on it taking a spoonful of peanut butter. It was during the high holidays. It was one of your sermons.
High holidays.
I'm crazy, right?
Well, the problem is I've given 140 high holiday sermons.
know, but it really stuck with me because I'm a peanut butter lover.
Oh, and it was peanut butter. Of course it stuck with you.
Oh,
Very funny.
That was
If you
good,
like
George.
peanut butter, if you like peanut butter, there's this new drink. It's whiskey, which I don't like, but it's peanut whiskey. I know you're saying that, Janet, because but I said, oh, I don't like whiskey. I tasted it. It's so delicious. If you like peanut butter, oh my God, it's not whiskey. Like it's
Yeah.
good.
Okay, thanks. If it ever is offered.
If it comes in Scotch, then Lou will try it. No, I'm gonna pass. I'm a traditionalist with Scotch. Yeah, single malt.
I've got to be careful about mixing these flavors because when I was at the Knott's Berry Farm, I bought a packet of boysenberry glazed jerky. Exactly. That's exactly what it tasted like.
Boysenberry glazed turkey, jerky.
I mean, because when you're at Knott's Berry Farm, you get. Remember, I was still in shock because I was there during the holiday season, and I saw at Knott's Berry Farm in one of the windows a menorah. I knew that old man Knott was spinning in his grave at that. But when you're at Knott's, you get boysenberries.
I was gonna say, how long ago was that? Because boy, it was.
It's about 2 years ago.
Yeah, then it's okay.
And it's unfortunately Knott's is doing at least what they've done is said, because I have an annual pass and it's now good through 2021, and if we're still doing can't go in 2021, it'll be good through 2022.
That was good.
Assuming there is a Knott's after that.
Yeah.
Paula, I like your haircut.
Yes, I do too.
It's a little shorter than I thought, but it feels good. It's just
Very flattering.
It's beautiful. It's really pretty. Really, really pretty.
And the good news is it will grow. So
I'm just so glad to have gone.
Well, you guys must have done it together. You each had your haircuts in the shade.
Together, but in the same week.
Same week.
Same week.
And after that, we both decided it's time.
We're free.
Yeah, so.
Did you look at each other and say, who are you?
Well,
It does look really pretty, Paula. Really pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I think the fact that the gray is covered,
Well, but you have natural.
shine after they touch it up. So thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You have natural curly hair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, she's one of our girlfriends. She's our kosher crow girlfriend. She's one of our best clients.
I fought my hair for years. I fought it and fought it. No more.
Boy, I'd love that.
your hair is shorter.
Very curly. One of our grandsons has really curly hair. So we're twins, and it's long. It's like big.
Nice.
Curly hair.
Judy, your hair is shorter too, isn't it?
Who?
Judy.
Yes,
Judy.
me.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Shorter, and I've been told to not say gray, to say silver. So yes, silver.
Okay.
Yes.
Definitely. That's how it should be. I've got platinum blonde hair because I see blonde. People are go, I'm platinum blonde. That's what our mother ever showed me. So always say, I'm platinum blonde.
Okay, we're gonna sign off. It's
Everybody have a
12:30.
nice Shabbat. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Shabbat shalom to everybody.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Enjoy. Be happy. Be healthy, and always enjoy.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
See the Dodgers.
Sybil, I love you. I love you.
A good week to you all. Have a nice week.
Rabbi, I have a question.
Yes.
And maybe you don't want to answer it now, but maybe at the Tish.
Yeah.
Where do you see congregations after COVID is over? What do you think will be?
I think that's a wonderful question to ask at the Tish. I'm going to raise it on Thursday night. I have some ideas, especially how technology will continue on, and but I think it's a wonderful topic. Thank you, Phyllis. Well, that sure quieted it for a minute.
were waiting for the answer, but now we have to stay tuned. It's like, to be continued, to be continued.
Film at 11.
I see a return to real brunches with the rabbi.
Hybrid.
All right. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
It's hard to close it up. You know what I mean? We always have to wait for the rabbi to give the last.
Yeah.
Once he
Tell us to leave.
We're all
Yeah.
done.
Did vacuum cleaners come out yet? Did the vacuum? Said one, I can't leave until the vacuum cleaner comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Tell us to leave.
Okay. Shabbat
Hello.
shalom, everybody. Have a good lunch.
All right.
Shabbat
Thank
shalom.
you.